Today we are going to try and solve the first graded assignment of the TDS course. You can find more information about this course in the description. Um, the thing about these assignments is that pretty much nothing is forbidden. You can do practically anything to answer the questions and solve the assignments. But on the other side, they are notoriously hard. This is just the first course, and you'll probably get an idea of what you're in for the rest of the course through this. So let's see. I don't have any recent save. I've logged in through a fresh account. Okay. The first question is VS Code. Yeah, the course kind of lays emphasis on VS Code as an editor. I myself don't use VS Code. I am a lifelong user of Vim, but nevertheless, I'm going to try this out. I do have VS Code. So what's the output of code minus s? I think it's asking for the status of the code. So let's take a look. The status argument can only be used if code is already running. So please run it again after the code has started, and there we are. We've started VS Code. Let me, whoops, got some really old files open. Can I just close them all? I think I can. Yeah. Yeah. Don't save, don't save, don't save, don't save, don't save. Yep, that's fine. And then I can just maybe look at the status through the terminal, which is inbuilt in code itself. And there we are. So can I just copy? The terminal has no, of course, it's not going to copy everything. So there it is. We just copy this and paste it into the answer box and check it is correct. Easy peasy. Make HTTP requests with UV. Install UV. I really should have UV by this time. I don't. Okay, no problem. Let's take a look. Installation is pretty straightforward, it seems. Okay, everything's installed. That's the good thing about the documentation. UV, okay, is a fast Python package and blah blah blah. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Replace Python with UV. This automatically installs run Python dependencies. Run a Python script directly from the internet. Run a Python script without installing. Use a specific Python version. It uses inline script metadata. Yeah. So this is how you specify what a script needs in order to run it completely standalone. They've got a, all right. So running UV run with HTTPS URL installs the Python package HTTPy and sends an HTTP request to the URL. Send an HTTP request to that with the URL encoded parameter email set to Jaydev at study@. That fair enough. Now here's the thing. How do I URL encode this? Okay, what I could simply do is maybe just copy this for now and see. HTTPS, and I want to do that. And then what do I need to do? What is the JSON output of the command? Paste only the JSON body, not the headers. Let's see. Okay, installing and everything, 17 packages, and there we are. There's the JSON body. So, whoops. Let me just paste that back. Hey, it did say not the headers. So I clearly have copied some extra headers. And let me just copy the whole thing back. Only that much. Oh, wait a second. So there is a headers key in the JSON body itself. So maybe what the question was asking me to do is ignore these headers and only copy the JSON body. If it includes headers, not really my problem. Okay, let's take a look. And this looks really weird. How is it that I only have, did everything get pasted in one line? It is correct. So could just move on. npx is a command line tool that comes with npm and allows you to execute npm package binaries. Yeah, okay. Here are some common commands: HTTP server, Prettier, ESLint. These are typically tools that we use for styling and linting and so on. Let's make sure you know how to use npx and Prettier. I think I have Prettier somewhere, but right. Download readme.md in the directory and in the directory where you downloaded. Make sure it's called readme.md and run that. Okay, what is the output of the command? Let's download this. I'm just going to leave it in the temp folder, and then what I'm going to do is copy it over here and run that. What is the output of the command? Now, is this the output of the command or is that the output of the command? Let's see. Let me just get all of this pasted. Okay, that is correct. Cool. Spreadsheets, Excel and Google Sheets. Okay. Hmm. Let's make sure you can write formulas in Google Sheets. Type this formula into Google Sheets. It won't work in Excel. Seems straightforward enough. Sheets. I hope I don't have to go to drive.google.com or something. Yep, blank spreadsheet. And I'm gonna paste this over here. There we are, 665. So let me go back to where's my check. That's correct. Use Excel. This will only work for Office 365. Wrong version of Excel. Let me see if I can hmm, get access to an online Office 365. Let's see. Okay. I hope I have the Microsoft Authenticator, which I do. Now let's see. .org 18,462. Huh, how about that? It actually works. Although we migrated away from Microsoft a while ago. Yeah, skip for now. And come on, let me get a simple Excel sheet. Oh, good Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I hope this works. No. Let me pause the recording, finish all of this nonsense, and come back. Okay, so I do have a working Excel sheet. So let's see. Need to copy this and paste it in the workbook. So I can just do that and I paste enter and it's, come on, it's 75. So let's go ahead and do a 75. Yep, that works. Browser, DevTools. Okay. Yeah, this I think I should be able to get. Just above this paragraph, there's a hidden input with a secret value. What's the value in the hidden input? So this is a paragraph element clearly. And there it is. That's the value. So I copy that. I scroll down here and go here and I check and that is correct. Good. Count Wednesdays. How many Wednesdays are there in the date range so and so to so and so? The dates are in the year, month, day format, include both the start and end date in your count. You can do this using any tool. So let us try and do it with pandas perhaps. Okay. I think pandas have something called date range, which, well, let's just take a look. And we have, let's see, pd dot date. There it is. So start and end and periods, or doesn't matter actually. We don't know how many, but the frequency can be set to day. So exactly how many days is we don't need to know. And the start is a string or a date time like object. To be extra cautious, I'm just going to use date time like objects. So let's see, from date time, import date time, and date time has an strp time function. So oh, Does it also not have a format? It does. So that would be percent %y. And what's the second thing? Month. So Python date time. There it is. For month, I think it's percent lowercase m, if I'm not too wrong. But let's take a quick look. There it is. So for the integer padded thing, it's month as a zero padded decimal number. We have year, month, day, and the day is day as a zero. Yeah. So percent %y, percent %m, percent %d, hyphen percent %d. So my start is 1983-64, that's fine, and my end is, let's go back to the assignment and say that. So datetime.strp time of that, and it's the same format, percent %y, percent %m, and percent %d. There it is. So what I can do is, get my days as pd dot date range of start to end with a frequency of days. I think that's what it is, but let me quickly check if capital D is actually the right frequency. Uh, okay, default D. See time series dot offset aliases for a list of frequency aliases. But anyhow, let me just quickly check how many days there are. 9839 days divided by 365. Hey, what am I doing? Sorry. That's roughly 26 years worth of days. And we can verify this very quickly by saying end dot year minus start dot year. That's 27. So I think it kind of makes sense. Fair enough. All right. So how many Wednesdays are there in this range? Okay. And my days is a bunch of datetime objects. Can I then do this? Days dot dt pd dot series, or can I do a time series? Timestamp is 0. Let me just inspect one of the elements and see. Yeah, they have a day of week. Perfect. So I can do days dot day of week, perhaps day of week. There we are. We just need to count the Wednesdays over here. So Wednesdays would be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that would be 3. Given, I mean, assuming that Sunday is a 0. Let me just quickly check. Pandas time series day of week. Okay, the number of the day with Monday as 0. So that would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we need to count the number of 2's, and that's easily done. 1405 Wednesdays, hopefully. So let's take a look, and we have 1405. Yep, that's correct. Download and unzip the file qextract.csv.zip, which has a single extract.csv file inside it. What is the value in the answer column of the CSV file? Okay, it should be simple enough. So I've saved the file, and let me just exit IPython, and let's say that unzip what's the file? qextract.csv. Okay, it's simply called extract.csv, and the answer is EFFD2. Yeah, straightforward enough. That works. JSON. Common Python operations with JSON. Okay, we can just read this. Let's make sure you know how to use JSON. Sort this JSON array of objects by the value of age. In case of tie, sort by the name field. Paste the returning JSON below without any new lines or spaces. So again, I'm just going to say what's the question number 9? So GA1 Q9 dot JSON. I'm just going to paste this here. And this too, I can do it in Python straightforward, straight away with pandas. So import pandas is PD, and I can say x equal to PD dot JSON of GA1, and there it is. And what do we need to do? Sort this by the value of the age field, and in case of a tag, sort it by the name field. So I can do x dot sort values by age and then name. There we are. So for any two people with the same age, it's going to sort by name. But that's interesting. I don't see anything with the same. I don't see anybody with the same age. Hmm. But I'm just eyeballing this. How would I doubly make it sure? Maybe I could just take a difference along the. Yeah, we'll get that age and dot div axis equal to 0 and see if there's a. Hey, well, it's a single array, so there's no concept of an axis. But yeah, there's no 0 here, so there is no repeating age. But anyhow, what do we need to do? Paste the resulting JSON below without any spaces or without any spaces or new lines. That's fine. I just have to dump the JSON into another file while ensuring that I do not indent it or something like that. So, okay, all right. So what I can do is do the sort and then dot to JSON orient records, and I can just give it GA1 GA1 Q9 answer JSON. Hope that works. And then I can say GA1.Q9 JSON. I'm just gonna copy the whole thing and paste it back here and check, and that is correct. Easy enough. All right, multi-cursor edits to convert to JSON. Q multi-cursor JSON.txt and use multi-cursors. Okay, what are multi-cursors? I'm sorry, I'm not feeding you the audio output from this video. Oh, I see. It's basically, changing multiple lines or multiple positions of the same cursor. I don't necessarily need VS Code for that. I can just do it with Vim. So let me just download this Q multi-cursor edits, and I'm gonna quit this, go back, move that file, multi-cursor JSON.txt, and convert it into a single JSON object where key equal to value pairs are converted into a standard key value declaration within a dictionary. What's the result when you paste the JSON at JSON hash and click the hash button? Let's take a look. So if I were to do this, okay. So fair enough. I just have to introduce object notation, and what I have to do is replace every equal to sign with. Okay, does it need to be valid JSON? Yeah, I think it does. So the values and keys both have to be double quotes, in double quotes, right? Okay, so let me just make this a little easier on myself, and right, I'm gonna do that's multi-cursors for you. And okay, I just need to do this. Introduce replace the equal to on all lines with double quote colon double quote. That's all, right? So let's do that. We have equal to replaced by double quote colon double quote all over the place. And then all I have to do is place a double quote at the end of every line, except the first and the last line, because those are the brace bracket notations. So let's do that again with Vim, and the straightforward regular expression. Replace that with colon, comma, and G. Sorry, double quote. Hey, what? I messed something up, didn't I? Oh, actually, no, I didn't. And I don't need them here. I don't need them here. I don't need it here. So that is my valid JSON. And just to check if it is valid JSON, I can say x equal to, I'm just gonna copy this whole thing and paste it as a string over here. And there it is. And let's say JSON.loads of the string. Yep, that works. It is valid JSON. So let's copy the whole thing back and put it back into the JSON hash, paste my JSON here, hash it, and that is my output. So I copy this and I paste it over here and I check and that is correct. CSS selectors. I know only the most obvious ones. Let's make sure you know how to select elements using CSS selectors. Find all divs having a foo class in the hidden element below. What's the sum of their data value attributes? Very interesting. Let's see. Mm, in the hidden element below. This is the, oh, okay, okay. This is the element that needs to be expanded. Oh, okay, interesting. I can't simply do this. So the class is d none. Can I just do this document dot query selector all div dot who? Hmm. Are there only two? And what's the sum of their data value attributes? So let's just say array.com. Hey, I don't think you can do that. Can you do that? Yes. And then map k to k dot data set dot value. Awesome. Um, I can do something like parse int. There we are. And can I do a math dot sum perhaps? I don't know this. I wonder if there's a quick way to simply sum up an array, like a dot sum method or a sum. Nevertheless, I can just say this is 0. And then I can do for each k um, s plus equal to k. It's 147, and that's the same as 98 plus 49. Yep, that is correct. Easy enough. Wow, Unicode process file with your files with different encodings. Okay. Download and process the files in Q Unicode data or a sieve, which contains 3 files with different encodings. Let's see. And since there are 3 files, I'll probably just create a new folder and put them in it. What's it called again? Q Unicode. There it is. Data 1 is encoded in CP1252. Yep, can't decode the byte and all that, and we can just say encoding is CP1252. Wow. Okay. Unknown encoding CP1252. How do I do that? That's interesting. Um, hmm. Oh, I see. Detecting the file encoding if it can't be done. So let's take a look. How do you do that? Caret.detect f.read. Okay. So with open data 1.csv as that's RP that's in x equal to detect of in Windows 1 to find. Hmm. Let's see if I can reload this with Windows. How about that? That worked. There it is. Okay. Now I have D1. The D2 is just UTF-8, so that should work. And D2 is pd.read CSV data2.csv, and encoding is. Wait, actually, do I need to specify that really? Because I think the default encoding is UTF-8 anyway. Let's quickly take a look. Oh, I have another thing over here. Do I have a PD here? I don't, but say pd dot read CSV. The default encoding is not UTF-8. No problem. Let's take a look. It is UTF-8. Okay, it might be none over there in the talk string or in the signature of the function, but it is UTF-8. So yeah, I don't really need this. There it is. Symbol value, something. Okay. And data3.txt, which is a tab separated file encoded in UTF-16. So we have D3 is pd.read table. That's like pd.read CSV with a tab separator. We have data3.txt with encoding being UTF-16. And then we have D3. Perfect. All right. Each file has two columns, symbol and value. Sum up all the values where the symbol matches. Okay, that or a third one. Let's see. Symbols is there are three basically. So let's see. I'm gonna just copy and paste this. Carefully selecting exactly the one character that I need. Pasting it here. And this probably is like one of those M dashes or something like that. And that's one. And here is that one. So what we need is the sum of all values associated with these symbols. All right. One thing that can be done is for x in d, let's say d1, d2, d3. What we can do is x such that x symbol dot is in symbols value. Oops. Yeah. You filter that particular data frame by a particular row having a value which belongs in the symbols, and then sum of their values. All right, so then we have total is 0, and instead of printing it, we can just do total plus equal to, that ought to be straight forward and up. 41363. That's correct. Okay. Version control, git, GitHub. All right. Blah, blah, blah. This is perfectly fine. Let's make sure you know how to use GitHub. Create a GitHub account if you don't have one. Create a new public repository. Commit a single JSON file named email.json with the value so and so. Push it. Enter the raw GitHub URL of email.json so we can verify it. Okay. I'm going to go to GitHub and I'm just going to do. Is there some. I hope I have some Arbit repository just lying around. I don't. Okay. Okay. There is one called GA1 which I solved a while ago. And my index.html is that. But he asked me to change it, right? So one thing we could do simply is clone this GA1 repository, or actually, why don't I turn the current um, folder into a repository itself? You can just use this repository. Say git pull. Okay, it only had one file, which is index.html. So I'm just going to remove index.html. And then what is this asking me to do? Commit a single JSON file name email.json with that. So I can do, yeah, go back and refresh this. I should probably have an email.json. Yep. And I take the raw URL, and there it is. That's fine. Terminal bash. Okay, let's see. Download queue replace across files and unzip it into a new folder, and then replace all IITM with IIT Madras in all files. Leave everything else as is and don't change the line endings. So let's see. Okay. So let me unzip everything for a queue, replace across files to here. Okay. Think you could simply loop over the files and do this, but what is it that needs to be done? All IITM in upper, lower, or mixed case insensitive matching with IIT Madras and all files. I think we could use sed for this. Sed mm, mm, to change something in a file, but I want to do it in place. So let's see. I want to do sed as no, that didn't work. It did. It changed only the first part. Oh, right, right, right. I have to add a global flag there. Yeah. How about that? Okay, there's no ITM left anywhere. Okay. Now the question is, how do you do this in place? I want to edit the file while I want to sort of pipe the edits back into the file. So let's take a quick look. Um, it's just minus I. Perfect, perfect. So we have for file in star.txt sed minus I s im it madras. So let's ig. Okay. Do I have nope, no instances of IITM appearing in any kind of casing? All right, and then what do we need to do? Cat star and so let's see. Okay, again slightly. Okay, that works. Cool. List files and attributes. Download so and so and extract it. Use ls with options to list all files in the folder along with their date and file size. What's the total size of all files, at least 895 bytes large, and modified on or after the 9th of November? Okay, let's see. 2018. Okay, so again, let me go ahead and make another folder. So files, attributes. So what's it called again? Q list files. Okay. All right. We need files that modified on or after 9th of November. So let's take a look. There's only a few of them. 9th November 2018. Yep, there's only so many such files. Now the question is, how do you, let's say, delete a set of files that are older than a given date? Okay, let's see. Could we just say delete all the files that are from the year 2018 and less? Or just keep the files that are more than 2018 or so. But let's first see this total 672 thingy. So what I can do is pipe that to, oh yeah, I want to cut off the first line of ls minus l, and then put it into awk or something. But then, would it simply be easier to write a Python script in order to do this? Huh. No, I'm gonna do it with bash. And anyway, the question sort of expects me to do it with bash. Come on, it's being a bit slow. You can find every file what is created modified in the last day. Newer empty. I see. Let's see. Find up attributes. Actually, just copy that and oops, sorry. Of course, that is not a valid thing. There's nothing that's 1 day ago. But then what does that nice command mean? So echo, let's say dollar date plus %y hyphen %m hyphen %d minus d. Ah, so that's basically more than what is newer empty? I think that's what is oh, I see. Newer XY reference. So I was probably should not have looked at newer MT in the manual. There it is. Newer XY. So newer MT is in that format, right? So one thing we could do is find dot new. What was that again? Yeah, find dot newer MT. 2018. There was a month and a date, right? Friday, 9th November. So, how many are there? There are 14 such files. Let's see if we were to actually check this. I'll delete this, and now we go all the way up to 2018. And yeah, those are the files. Do we have 14 lines? Yes, we do have 14 lines. That command work. Great. So we have 14 of those files. What do I want to do with these? Interesting. If there is a newer empty, there should be an older empty as well. And is there? Uh, okay, there's only a newer empty. Nevertheless, mm, what's the total size of all files that are at least 895 bytes large? So how do you combine sizes with the find command? Let's see, bash find command with sizes in bytes. Ah, nice. Find files bigger than 4096 bytes. So minus size plus byte size C. Okay. And if there is a minus, then smaller than that. Okay. Size is plus 895C. How many is that again? Out of those 14, there's 13. Only one file was smaller? That doesn't make sense. Let's see. Was it indeed? Yeah, yeah, actually only one file was smaller. Okay. Kind of makes sense. And those are our files. Let me just get rid of this thing over here so we can see all the files. All right, now what do we do with these files? What's the total size of all files? Okay, how do you combine? Well, do we need a unit in bytes perhaps, clearly? Du minus ch file list. Oh, okay, then I can just pipe this for file list perhaps. 660, 76K. Sorry. But no, I think it's properly the total bytes. And I don't want. Okay, it's just giving me the total thing of the whole thing. Can I just pass the. How about that? Do you think that'll work? It's 100K total. But I don't want it like human readable or something. So that H is human readable. I could just remove the H. 100 apparently. Nope. Still this. Nope. Hmm. Get the size exactly in bytes. Ah, okay, okay. With B, But then what was minus C again? Sorry, let me quickly take a look and displays a total. Sure, minus CB perhaps. 81720. Yep, that works. Okay, that was very interesting. It took me quite a while to solve that. Cool. Move and rename files. Download so and so and extract it. MV to move all files into an empty folder. And then rename all files, replacing each digit with the next. 1 becomes 2, 9 becomes 0, and so on. What does running grep blah 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 in that folder show? Okay, let's take a look. Let's say rename. This will move. Move here. Okay. I'm gonna save that, and I'm going to unzip to move rename all over here. So there are three folders containing whatever number of files. Mm, Use MV to move all files under folders into an empty folder. Okay, so let's try that. Figure out. What I can do is MV. Let's see what kind of files we have in the first place. Dot type F. Are they all .txt files? Hmm. Let's see. Supposedly 30 files. And if I do grep dollar, that's also 30. So yeah, we all have, well, we only have .txt files. That's good. So I can do that to move all files which are under subfolders here into the out folder. Yeah, so ls out 30. Yeah, great. And now we need to do the changing of things. Now let's see. MV rename, both of them work pretty cool. How can I do this without writing Python? Then rename all files, replacing each digit with the next. How would I do this in Bash? I'm pretty bad at doing arithmetic in Bash. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and do it in Python first place. And I'll say from til import move, or is it rename src and test. All right, recursively move a file or directory to another location, right? Like def, let's say get new name file, and then what I can do is first I'll have to, is that the only requirement though? Let me double check. Rename all files, replacing each digit with the next. But what if you have two separating digits, two consecutive digits? Quickly check that. Okay, there's almost nothing that has consecutive digits. So I can just use, well, regular expressions. I can do a dot sub pattern repellent string, but it's logical. But here's the thing. Return the string obtained, and REPL can be either a string or a callable. So we can perhaps use that. We can say def increment number, say x. Say if x equal to 9, return 0. else, well, I don't need an else, return str of int of x plus 1. Does that make sense? I think it does. And my REPL can now be this callable in the re.sub function. And the pattern I have is slash t. That's all, I guess. So let's give it a quick test. And I have, let's say, re, sorry, re dot sub of pattern. And well, what was the name of my function again? Oops, I forgot the name of my function. What was it called? Increment number. So re dot sub of pattern and incr number, and let's 1i0juv. Huh, interesting. Re dot match and int unsupported operand types. Oh, I obviously I made a mistake in that it's supposed to be like that. Int argument must be a string, a bytes like object, or a re dot match. What is X in that case? Hmm. REPL can be a string or a callable. If a string so and so. If a callable, it is past the match object and must return a replacement string to be used. So I need to get something from the match object to get the string out. Uh, can I just do a match.text or something? Let's see what are the attributes of a match object. Match objects. Re.match, expand, group, get item, groups, group dict, start end, span, pause. I just need exactly, well, I'm not group of 0. Let's just try that. So I can just do this, and this would be x dot group 0. And so, yep, that should work. So my incremental number goes ahead, and what I can do is files is, let's just go into this directory and say files is lstar.txt for file in files. New path is increment number of the given file. And let's just print it for now before. Hmm. What does this say? str object has no attribute grouper. Why is it an str now? Oh, of course. I need to use the re.sub function, of course. This was a problem. So what I can then do is re.sub of pattern, the replicator, and the string. Yeah, this is what I intended to use. Sorry. All right. So that gives us something. Let me just check. Aha. Here's the thing. This 9pn.txt got mapped to 10pn.txt, which means something is wrong. Which means, again, obviously, this is supposed to be a match object. So let me just do this, x equal to x dot of 0. And then I can just use x. All right, so then let me run the file loop again, and there we are. So that should work. Okay, perfect. And instead of simply printing the paths, what I can do is move file, new path. There it is. My files are renamed, and I can go back to TDS and all right, in that folder. Run this command in that folder. So just do that, and we have something. So let me just copy this and paste it back. Yes, that works. Quite a intensive workout. Okay. compare files, download so and so and extract it. It has two nearly identical files with the same number of lines. How many lines are there between a.txt and b.txt? All right. We could use the diff tool for this. So let me just say, create something called, oops, no, only compartment. Compare, and I'm gonna do compare files all over here. And I can just do diff a.txt and b.txt. And yeah, it's telling me how many lines. I need to find out how many lines are different. So these are, let me just do a less on this. And yeah, that many lines are different. And this is a pretty standard format, so I could just count the number of these less than symbols to get the answer. So I can do something like grep of less than C minus L. It's 29 lines. All right, let's see. Yep, 29 lines are difference. Database SQLite, relational database is used to store blah blah blah. Okay, okay. Mhm, mhm. There is a tickets table in an SQLite database that is column type, units, and price. Each row is a customer bid for a concert tickets. What is the total sales? What is the total sales? Well, there is units and price, so we have to multiply them. In the gold ticket type. All right, let's see. Select units star price from tickets. That's the name of the table. Where type is gold. Let's see. Ah, well, okay. We need the total, sum total, obviously. That's wrong. Oh, okay. Get all rows where the type is gold, ignore spaces and treat misspellings as gold, gold. Okay. So, in fact, we can just do like gold, something like that. That works. So, we are done and we have a perfect score. Okay, I managed today without using ChatGPT, but I'm sure I'm going to have to run into using an LLM soon later in this course. And I'm actually surprised that it took me a whole hour. I thought that's easy enough to do maybe in 30 minutes, but yeah, clearly I need to be a little faster, or I certainly underestimated this assignment. Nevertheless, see you next time.